Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today, we're continuing our 5-year rebuild series here on the YouTube channel. Today, we're doing the Kentucky Wildcat. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, it is March Madness week here. I have no clue who the bracket is. I have no clue. I'm recording this in advance, but it's March Madness. So this week, we're going to be doing basketball schools that are terrible at football. One of them being Kentucky. Kentucky's known as a basketball school. They're starting to slowly become a football school under Mark Stoops. They're kind of mid, though. I think they had a terrible year in the SEC. If I'm not wrong, please. If I'm wrong, correct me. Anyway, we're doing Kentucky here today. They come in as 83 overall, 82 on offense, 84 on defense. They run the pro style, and they run a base 3-4. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the Kentucky roster. We have Brock Vandagriff as the starting quarterback. I could be wrong, but I believe he retired in real life. I could be wrong. I'm not speculating. I'm probably wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. Cutter Boley, he's a freshman. Hopefully he develops. We got 2 freshman running backs. One's a 57. That's great. Patterson's a 90, or has 90 speed, 72 overall. Damon Traham, I believe he was a transfer from like Ohio State or Toledo, one of the two. Receivers, Baron Brown, 98 speed. That's electric, bro. We also have Brandon White with 98 speed, so we got 299 pretty much speed receivers. Harley, 90, tight end. He has 90 speed. Tight end, we have Jordan Dingle. No freshman besides Willie Rodriguez. We have Marquise Cox. We have Haynes Johnson there. We don't really got Dex. Eli Cox. Wait, is he related to this? Nope. Okay, I thought they were related. Shame on me for submitting. Jagger Burden. We have Cortland Ford, who is a senior. We have these two. Oxidine, that's a beautiful name. I like this name. Octavius Oxidine, that's a great name. We have this freshman who's a 75, Brian Robinson. I'm excited about him. Delani Walker, he's a hot commodity, I believe, in the NFL draft. Hot commodity. He'll probably declare in real life, or in this game, rather. Josiah Hayes is our starting tackle. We have J.J. Weaver. We do have 3 freshmen left out backers, which is nice. So we won't have to worry about that. 2 middle linebackers that are freshmen. We have Jamon Johnson, senior. Dariki Jackson there. We have Jordan Lovett. Oh, wait, hold on. Free safeties, Maxwell Harrison, hot commodity in the NFL draft, potential first, likely second round pick. He might declare for the draft. Hopefully we can get him for one more year. We do have a couple of freshman corners. I'm probably redshirting these two, so that way they're guaranteed for year 5. But, I don't know what we're doing there. 2 freshman free safeties. We got some strong safeties that look aight. We have a kicker, so we don't need to worry about that. This team, it looks pretty decent, but, if we want to win a natty with this school, we got to go recruit, so let's get going. Ben Jackson, committed. Emmanuel Kouyi, committed. Taylor Peterson, committed. Lee Emmanuel, commits. Marquise Tatum, committed. David Fortunato, committed. Ryan Wells, committed. Draymond Cooper, committed. Devontae Bootle, committed. Sean Fant, committed. Scotty Boone, committed. Jason Myers, committed. Evan Ekbe-Eti, committed. Giuliani Barto, committed. Kane Spalding, committed. Enrique Jean-Pierre, committed. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Heisman Trophy winner is Dylan Gabriel, quarterback of Oregon. He had 4,097 yards, 45 tutties, and 3 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Texas Bowl, taking on the 20th ranked West Virginia Mountaineers. Ladies and gentlemen, we lose badly in the Texas Bowl. West Virginia 38. Us 22. Year 1 stats. Here we go. Brock Vandagriff, 3,626 yards, 228 for 373, 31 tutties, 11 picks, 61% completion percentage. Rushing, Trey Num, 183 for 910, 9 tutties. Vandagriff, 83 for 281, 1 tutty. Wilcox, 27 for 73, 2 tutties. Demi, 10 for 33 with a tutty. Macklin, 4 for 4. Receiving, Key, 66 for 1,147, 10 tutties. Macklin, 43 for 823, 12 tutties. Brown, 44 for 742, 3 tutties. Dingle, 43 for 500, 2 tutties. Brown, Stevens, 12 for 264, 2 tutties. Traham, 12 for 106. Wilcox, 4 for 20. Colactus, 2 for 19, 1 tutty. Sumo, 1 for 3 with a tutty. Defensively, we had 86 tackles by Jamon Johnson, 69 by Jackson. Deontay Walker, 63. 62 for Maxwell Harrison. Zion Childress, 61. 58 for Hardway. Weaver, 49, Lovett, 47, 43 for Dunn. Tackles lost 12 by Deontay Walker. Jackson, 8, along with Weaver. 4 for Johnson. Brown, Oxidine and Hayes. 2 for Rebecca Silva with 2 as well. Childress and Hardaway with 1. 18 sacks for Deontay Walker. I hope my Miami Dolphins draft this stud. 7.5 for J.J. Weaver. 6 for Wybecka. Oxidine with 4, along with Silver. Jackson with 3. Johnson with 1, along with Brown and Saunders. Half sack for Johnson. Dunn. Interceptions. 5 for Maxwell Harrison. 2 for Dunn. 1 for Johnson, Childress, Hardaway, and Lovett. That's year 1. Let's get to the offseason, get some more talent so we can make a run in year 2. And ladies and gentlemen, we get a nice matchup here in year number 1 for the Natty. The Georgia Bulldogs go into their home stadium and beat the Oregon Ducks in a thriller. 31-24 the final. Caleb Ransaw committed. Aiden Hubbard committed. Mason Williams commits. Caleb Pippin committed. Mojo Dortch commits. Najee Story committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 10th best recruiting class in the nation. That's the 4th best in the SEC, so we've got some talent. Let's go and try to make a push in the SEC for year 2. Let's go. Javonte Wall committed. Dwayne Dawson committed. Enrique Vickers committed. Athena Ukini, probably butchered it, but he's committed. Terrio Oreo commits. Matthew Sneed committed. Quincy Booker committed. Chad Epps commits. Ken Wood committed. Stephen Bakhtiari committed. Matt Osborne committed. Troy Kadui committed. Floyd Dragano committed. Damian Lampman committed. Leon Bouchard commits. Tyler Ledbetter committed. Mike Abe Amarimi commits. Rashawn Lamb committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the SEC Championship, and if we win, we're going to the playoff. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Heisman Trophy winner is Cade Klubnik, quarterback from Clemson. He had 3,891 yards, 47 tutties, and 2 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to the Music City Bowl, and we're taking on Penn State, so that means we did not make the playoff. We lost and the SEC title. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 2 stats. Brock Vandagriff had 3,978 yards, 288 for 437, 33 tutties, 8 picks, 65% completion percentage. Rushing, Patterson, 227 for 655, 9 tutties. Vandagriff, 91 for 377, 4 tutties. Wilcox, 15 for 50. Mizzle, 6 for 8 with 1 tutty. Receiving, Macklin, 88 for 1,244 yards, 7 tutties. Brown Stevens, 54 for 9. 47, 12 tutties. Key, 52 for 768, 7 tutties. Dingle, 49 for 464 tutties. Farrell II, 13, 273 for tutties. Patterson, 25 for 193. Anderson, 4 for 673 for 26 for Jameer Mr. Wilcox. Defensively, 80 tackles for Alex Junqueise with 71, 59 for Ty Bryant. Maxwell Harrison with 56. Ransaw with 55, 54 for Dooley. Matthews, 51, 50 for Fearby. Scott, 47, 41 for Devin Smith. Tackles for loss, Silver with 10, 6 for Fearby. Alex with 5, along with Noah Matthews. Kendrick Gilbert with 3, 2 for Saunders. Scott, Smith the second. Hubbard all with 1. Sacks, 13 for Tyrese. Noah Matthews, 8, 4.5 for Aiden. 3 for Silver and Saunders. 1.5 for Gilbert and Ty Bryant. 1 for Alex Gerard Smith the second, and a half sack for Maxwell Harrison. Interceptions, 3 for Alex, Maxwell Harrison, Hardaway, Dooley, all with 3, 2 for Scott and Randall. So we have a really good year, but if we want to make the playoff in year 3, we're going to have to go to the offseason and hit that portal and get more talent. And ladies and gentlemen, Texas A&M gets to the Natty. They defeat an undefeated K-State team at the time. I believe that one loss came to A&M. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. 24-16 is your final. A&M, Aggies are back. Malik Denkins committed. Jalen Slappy committed. Johnny Daniels committed. Jarvis Durr commits. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the 6th best recruiting class in the nation. That's the 3rd best in the SEC. So looks like Kentucky is on its way up. Bill Blunt committed. Rodney Oto commits. Khalil Solomon committed. Marquell Hunter committed. Sam Good commits. Mike Stewart committed. Zach Godwin committed. Josh Burgess committed. Floyd Forsky committed. Steven DeMarco committed. Hakeem Ikuban commits. Marvin Robisky committed. Alex Burgess committed. Tavares Joslin committed. Mike Bradbury committed. Terrence Owuskaya committed. Reggie Canty committed. Tyler Amere. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Heisman Trophy winner is CJ Bailey, quarterback from NC State. He had 3,641 yards, 44 tutties, and 2 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the college football playoff here in year number 3. We're taking on Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, we lose 45-21 to Oklahoma Just great, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 3 stats. Matthew Snead, 3,435 yards, 254 for 379, 39 tutties, 15 picks. Hopefully that comes down in the next 2 years. 68% completion percentage, not bad. Wilcox, 173 for 682, 4 tutties. Snead, 124 for 603, 6 tutties. Patterson, 51 for 93. Brown, Stevens, 4 for 22. Mizell, 5 for 15, 1 tutty. Receiving, Peterson, 6-7 for 9, 72, 10 tutties. Brown, Stevens, 60 for 906, 17 tutties. Gilmore, the fourth, 49 for 696. I don't know why I just hit my PS button, but he had 6 touchdowns for Harley. Anderson, 32 for 334, 4 tutties. Patterson, 14 for 213, 1 tutty. Wilcox, 20 for 162. Dortch, 9 for 127, 1 tutty. Mason Williams, 3 for 25. Defensively, Devin Smith, 76 tackles. Marshall, 59. Addison, 54. Fearby with 53. 51 for Scott Godfrey Bryant. And 45 for Cam Dooley. Tackles for loss, Fearby with 9. 8 with Gilbert. Noah Williams with 6, 5 for Smith, and Emmanuel Robinson with 3, Addison with 2, along with Godfrey and Gadsden, 1 for Marshall and Dooley, and Gerard Smith the second. Sacks, we had 6.5 by Fearby. Noah Matthews with 6, Brian Robinson 5, 4 for Kendrick Gilbert, Devin Smith with 2.5, 1.5 for Caleb Breed, Grant Godfrey with 1, along with Gaddison Scott, half a sack for Ali Emmanuel. Interceptions, 3 by Addison, 2 for Smith and Scott, 1 by Marshall, Dooley, and Bryant. Well, we made the playoff. We get a little taste. If we want to go farther, we're going to have to go get talent. That's where we go to the transfer portal in the offseason. Ladies and gentlemen, Oklahoma gets what they deserve, a loss to Tulane. That's what you get for beating us in the opening round. Enjoy your loss to Tulane. Abba Salim committed. Garrett Stover committed. Charlton Loon Nowinski commits. Jameel Croft Jr. committed. Andrew Page has committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the second best class in the nation here in year 3. I think we're poised to do something special in year 4. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, here in year 4, we turned auto recruiting on. We felt like we had a really good team, and we just simmed right through, and we are in the SEC championship, ranked number 2 in the nation. If we win, we're going to be in the playoff and get a bye this time. A&M, Kentucky, let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, we are SEC champions. Let's effing go. Can we bring the Natty home? Let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2027 Heisman Trophy winner is DJ Lagway, quarterback of The Ohio State, of course, real life Florida, but he transferred, I guess. 3,525 yards, 36 tutties, and 6 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the All-State Sugar Bowl, taking on the 7th-ranked Kansas State Wildcats. Ladies and gentlemen, we lose a heartbreaker to freaking Kansas State of all teams. Why is Kansas State so overpowered in this game? All right, here are the year 4 stats. Matthew Snead, 3,571 yards, 265 for 383, 38 tutties, 3 picks. Let's go. The picks are down, 69% completion percentage. Need a big year out of him next year. Wilcox, 205 for 1,179, 71, 9 tutties. Snead, 120 for 440, 6 tutties. Patterson, 27 for 131. Spalding, 22 for 57. Washington Jr., 6 for 24. Peterson, 1 for 24. Mizzil, 4 for 4 with a 1 tutty. Receiving, Hardly Gilmore, the 4th, 67 for 971, 5 tutties. Washington Jr., 62 for 941, 50 tutties. Peterson, 46 for 550, 10 tutties. Drago, 37 for 4, 696 tutties. Wilcox, 25 for 230. Pippin, 7 for 182, 1 tutty. Patterson, 15 for 149. Spalding, 4 for 42. Williams, 2 for 30 with 1 tutty. Defensively, Stover with 81 tackles, 74 for Smith. Marshall, 66, 63 for Cam Dooley. Wall with 53, 47 for Doxson. Jean Pierre with 46 tackles for loss, 7 for Lee Emmanuel. Stover with 6 along with Tommy. Brian Robinson with 4 along with Gilbert. Marshall with 2. Smith the second with 2. Harrell with 2. 1 for Devin Smith. Wall, Jean Pierre, Godfrey, and Vickers. Sacks, 14.5 for Godfrey, 5 for Robinson. Gilbert with 3.5. 3 for Tommy. Devin Smith with 3. 1.5 for Gerard Smith the second. Lee Manuel with 1. Half sack for Marshall. Interceptions, Enrique Jean Pierre and Doxson with 2. 1 for Devin Smith, Stover, Dooley, and Croft Jr. We have one more shot next year. Year 4 offseason. Got to go get some good guys in the portal. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 times in a row we have lost to a team that's gone to the national championship. We lost to Oklahoma. They went there, lost. Kansas State this time goes there and wins. over Oregon. Unbelievable. Floyd Teamer committed. D'Angelo Smelter commits. Henry Jameis commits. Austin Clay commits. Jason Cross Jr. committed. Cameron Calhoun commits. Tyree Dragonos committed. Austin Alexander commits. Mac Nivan Jr. probably butchered it, but he's committed. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we put Auto Recruiter on. I let you all know that when we were in the SEC Championship. However, we finished with the 11th best class, which ain't that bad. It just sucks that we're the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th best class in the SEC. But hey, we've gotten our talent. Time to make a run here in year 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't show you this in year 4. I'm showing it to you now. Auto recruiting is officially on. Year 5, it's Kentucky's year. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we were number 1 in the Atlanta Star, and we lost to fucking Toledo of all schools. But we went on a winning streak before losing to Vanderbilt, and then we went on a 2-game win streak. 3 ranked matchups Saturday. I think we're in good position to make the playoffs, so hope, fingers crossed. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are 9-3. Last year, I think we had 2 losses, but we're competing for an SEC title. I think we should be in the playoff if we lose, but to solidify our spot, we win, and we're possibly getting a bye. This is a big matchup, and it's against the Georgia Bulldogs. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, we have won it again. Back-to-back SEC championships. Let's go win a natty now. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, taking on the Michigan Wolverines. Let's go. Here we are, Jerry's World, Cotton Bowl Classic, Kentucky, Michigan, 2 teams who I think will both be in the March Madness bracket, matching up here today in our Kentucky 5 rebuild. Jerry's World, will we be back here for the natty? That's undetermined right now. We right now just got to control our own destiny. Kentucky blue, Michigan blue. Who comes on top? Find out right here, right now. Matthew Snead with a 38-yard rush. Put us on top, 10-0 here. Kane Spalding with a 13-yard rush. It's now 24-3. I think it's safe to say we're on to the next round, but we don't know. Here we go. I know I haven't given you guys much gameplay so far. It's 3rd and 4. If we get this, the game's over. Here we go. Kane Spalding wide open. He gets, oh my God, no. This is risky, but we're going to go for it here. I trust our quarterback. Oh, right there. Oh, yeah. House it, Clay. House it. You can't teach that, Michigan. 99 speed for Clay. And that is game, set, and match. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We've won the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. We are now going to the semis. Year 3, lost in the opening round. Year 4, we lost in the quarterfinal. Now we're going to the semifinal. Matthew Snead, your player of the game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got an SEC championship rematch against Georgia. I was really hoping we weren't playing them, but we're going to the Peach Bowl, of course. They get the home crowd in Atlanta, Georgia. This is rigged. Here we are, Atlanta, Georgia. There's the Peach Bowl trophy. I think this is rigged, BTW. Why Georgia gets the home field advantage in Atlanta? I mean, why can't the other matchup be in the Peach Bowl, you know? It is what it is, though. You want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Georgia's clearly the best team in college football. If we want to beat the best, we got to beat the best. Matthew Snead, I need a good game from you. Defense, I need another great performance. Kentucky, Georgia, right here, right now. Kane Spalding with a 10-yard touchdown to cut the lead to 10. Come on, boys, fight back. Alrighty, 18 seconds. Alrighty, we just got to pick 18 seconds, 2 timeouts. Come on, Snead. Underneath, we have a timeout to use. We'll take that. Drago, timeout. We got 1 timeout left. 1st and 10 at the 16. Here we go, Snead. Damn it. All right, 2nd and 10 here, Snead. Come on. Here we go, Snead. Roll out. He's got a man. He overthrows it, though. Big drive here. Down 7, 14 inches. We're going for it at midfield. Spalding, wide open. He's got the speed. He's gone. He's gone. Can he go all the way? No, he can't, but he gets us at the 24. All right, 1st and 10 at the 24. Snead, here we go. He's going to hike it. We're going to play action. He's got a man. He's going to throw it. Oh, my God. Clay, he's got it. Touchdown, Kentucky. And it's now a tie ball game. Chat, 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout. Come on, we got this. We're in this. 17-17, 2-minute timeout. 1st and goal at the 7. Snead to Kane. We have a flag for freaking holding, of course. Don't need to force it, though. 1st and goal at the 17 now after that holding call. Snead underneath. He got Drago. Drago. He's going to get us to the 1. All right, second and goal from the 1. We have chewed the clock a little bit. We need a touchdown here. 3, 2, 1. Kane. He's in. Touchdown, Kentucky. We have a 24-17 lead defense. One stop wins it. Here we are, overtime. First and goal, 2. By the way, if we get the touchdown, we're going for 2. Here we go, Snead. Kane. He's in. No, he ain't. Second and goal from the 1. Punch this sucker in, please. Snead. He's in. We're going for 2 in the win. This is the game. Going for 2. Snead. Clay, he's got it. We're going to the Natty. Holy moly. I thought he dropped it. Holy moly. From 17 down to 24 unanswered. Georgia gets the game-tying touchdown. And by the way, the guy who got the game-winning touchdown was a guy we were trying to recruit if he were in the live stream. And it doesn't matter. Matthew Snead puts the team on his back, and we're going to a Natty. Kentucky, turn up. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be playing the Clemson Tigers here in the national championship. Kentucky, we're so good. This team is so good. Our quarterback is so effing good. He may be the best quarterback we may have in one of these 5 rebuilds. Come on, Kentucky. Let's go get it done. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the national title. Something Kentucky football fans have not seen in their existence, maybe. Maybe they'll never see it. I don't know. Georgia, we came back from 17 down. Snead is probably one of the best quarterbacks we may have recruited in one of these 5 rebuilds. He's so effing good. Kentucky, this team is so good. We built this team so good. It would be a damn shame if we lose to Clemson. But anything's happened. College football, anything can happen. What do we got in Sword? Can we win the Natty? Find out now. Here we are, first and goal from the 6. Snead. Kane can't go anywhere besides loss 1. All right, second and goal for the 7. Loss of 1 by our running back. We bring in a new one. Cooper, he's going to power us well to the 3rd and goal at the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1. Cooper remains in the game. Cooper, he's in. Touchdown, Kentucky. And we have the lead here in the national title. Let's go. Here we go. First and goal at the 6. Once again, what do we got? Kane, he's got a wide open lane. But he can only get us to the 2. All right, second and goal now from the 2. Kane will remain. Kane will be the back. He's in. 98 speed. You can't teach that. 14-7. Kentucky Wildcats. Let's fucking go. David Washington Jr., 37-yard tutty, 21-10, Kentucky. Kane Spalding with a 17-yard run, and it looks like Kentucky is on their way to winning a national championship. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, first and goal up the 1, a chance to put the Clemson Tigers away. Here we go. Kane, Cooper, he's in. That's game. It's game over. Kentucky, we did it. But it's not over until the clock says 0, so we'll celebrate in a little minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. Basketball school no more. Kentucky is now officially a football school right here, right now. They may win the March Madness tournament. We don't know. Of course, this is way before the bracket came out. I'm pre-recording this. Will Kentucky get it done? I don't know, but they can do it in football. Kentucky football back on the map. Snead put this team on the back, and there we are lifting the trophy. Kane, you can't, I mean, we built this team off speed, 98 speed running back, 499 speed receivers. It was crazy. I know we haven't shown the ratings, but, you know, we've seen the, if you were in the live stream, you know, Kane, player of the game, Kentucky. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Kentucky is now a football school. They're a football powerhouse. They're an SEC juggernaut. If you were watching the live stream, which of course I do stream these live on YouTube, if you're in the live stream, you see all the great players we recruited. We recruited 2 other quarterbacks, and we recruited Snead in year 2. If you guys were watching the video, if you fast forward, you already know. But Snead was so much better than these 2, it's not even close. Snead is probably one of the best quarterbacks I may have recruited in one of these 5 rebuilds. This may have been one of the best teams we recruited. I don't know, man. We've recruited so many SEC schools at this point. I don't know. But Kentucky, March Madness is officially underway. Kentucky wins the national title. Will they win the basketball in the basketball? I don't know. Will they? I don't know. The bracket's not out yet. This is pre-recorded, but this is coming out March Madness week. But Kentucky has done it. We have won them a football national title. Yeah, Kentucky's now a football school. Anyway, Bordeaux, this is, by the way, Bordeaux, if you're watching, this is for you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed, hit the like button, hit the sub button. When you hit the like and sub button, you motivate me to keep doing this, guys. It takes 1 second to hit like, 1 to hit sub, and if you're already subscribed, it takes 1 second to hit like. I really want to get monetized on this channel. That's my goal for 2025. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you all have a great day or have a great night, depending on when you're watching the YouTube video, and hopefully you guys are excited for March Madness. I hope you guys are ready for the madness. I hope you're all hyped for March Madness. I cannot wait for the tournament coming in a few days. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.